Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pearls of Wisdom. We are again in a moon cycle of a full moon. And as you can imagine, the picture looks quite active. Let's put it like this, active, because we have a lot of things going on in the moment, as you all know. And after this election, there is a lot of turmoil in a way all over the world. And so let's see what's going on here in our chart. We have still the sun is still in Libra, so it's still the whole topic is all about balance. And what is we have the Libra, and what is really interesting here again, some constellation which is not possible in Western astrology is that the moon is already in 0 degree Taurus. And this is something very important to notice, because now, see, Taurus is the sign of manifestation. Now, when we have the sun, the focus of humanity, and I want to maybe say that again, you are not what the sun sign is whenever you have a horoscope. First of all, the sun is representing our consciousness, and the moon is representing the receptiveness, the female. We have the yin and the yang polarity here. So please stop saying I'm a Cancer, I'm a Leo, whatever it is. Even if you work with the real star constellation, that's not who you are. The most likely what you could be, or what represents your avatar, your persona, would be Mercury. So we have this axis here, and you see that is a very strong here with the moon on top of Uranus. So we can see manifestations happening now. And these manifestations are about to balance everything on Earth. And since Uranus is together with the moon, you can expect quite big events happening. It can be even natural events that are happening to rebalance certain things in our human society. I mean, we can say that what happened just before, 10 days before, was a tidal wave that was kind of coming towards the shore. And this is more or less another sign that this is happening, that really things are changing massively, not just a little bit. So I really want to encourage you to stay open and always think about that. We have been living on a false matrix. That was this was the divine matrix. We were first, and then these beings, archons, fallen angels, whatever you want to call them, have put a false matrix in front of it. Slowly, slowly, slowly move it like on a stage, when you slowly shift all the backgrounds and the things that we have. And the best way to explain that is when you look at very old buildings, how perfect, how beautiful they are. And people, they say they have no technology to do the same today. So what the heck happened? There must be a very high evolved civilization before. And I also believe it's not that long ago as they want us to believe, but much more recently. And this all structure of the court houses are falling down now. And the truth will surface for many, many as a very big shock. So please be ready to unlearn. Please be ready and look at the fact that everything that we have been told, most of it at least, are lies. Even our religious informations and what we have is all based in that false matrix. So we liberate now ourselves. Humanity is being liberated with that so-called second coming or awakening. And it's not another person that is coming as savior, but the Christ consciousness. And the word Christos is not name, it's a title. So the Christ within humanity is awakening now, and you can see that so many people are starting to question things, even if they have been totally embedded in the false matrix before, but now even those can see that something is not anymore as it was. And it's also, you can really think about everything. I wrote that in my group this morning, that every information we have, like starting with astrology, a lady put an information on it about the 13 months and the 13th sign that is here. I have here this little thing here. This is actually where Ophiuchus starts, and Scorpio is more or less a very small sign. So we have in every aspect to change our perception. And this is also for whatever, our calendar, our history, our food, our medicine, everything, what has been slowly taken over and is today against humanity. And I also just saw an article, I haven't had a chance to listen to the whole thing yet, that we are in a starvation of CO2 in the moment. Then you might know that we desperately need CO2 for the plants. And I have seen debates in a government when somebody asks how much CO2 is in the air, and all those people sitting those on the high chairs are like, yeah, well, 5%, 6%, 7%, 8, between 5 and 10%. Nobody really knew. Now, see, they talk about climate change and they don't even have a clue what it is about. So the CO2 in the air is 0.038%, or around 0.04%. So you say that it's that makes a difference. This is absolutely ridiculous. So even here, now, this is the chart that shows that this balance is happening and start to manifest. That means that people start to realize it, they start to see that things were wrong. And through this, see, we have a 72-degree aspect here to Saturn in Aquarius. So we are forced to, in a way, it's good to awaken our own creative senses to start to comprehend what really is going on. And this is very beautiful. I'm really happy when I see this chart, what is happening. Even with Venus here is now in, see that little green line, it's not so strong anymore, is a quincunx. And the quincunx, this is the end of something. The quincunx is the only aspect that we have, like when we have an opposition, it's always 180 degree. So the quincunx comes of 150 degree, then we have the opposition, and then we have the 210-degree aspect is also a quincunx. So we have two aspects. And we can say the opposition is always, now you have to face it. This is opposite you. You have to look at it. And if you don't, it will kick you. So this is the last chance aspect, as I call it. Like this will be the examinations in the school, the finals or whatever. So here you have a chance to learn again. And then here, there is the separation. I call it the divorce aspect. This is when things separate. Either you have made the examination and you go forward, or you leave and you go somewhere else. And this is actually the aspect that is happening here now. And it's coming from Cancer into Sagittarius. And the interesting thing is that Venus is in Sagittarius in the male energy, and Mars is in Cancer in the female energy. So also in 12th house, what we can see, it is not really visible for humanity yet what is happening. But this is now slowly taking those two energies apart. And we have, as I said before, and I have also posted an image at that we are all now, every timeline has come together, and we are in a huge train station at the moment. And from this train station, first, there are two tracks going. One is going up, one is going down. One is going light and one is going dark. And then from there, when we are here in these train stations, we can say that a lot of different trains are going again, depending on the consciousness level of humanity, of those people there. And they will be brought to the place where they can move on from where they are now. So, for example, if let's just use a school example. If you're in first grade, you will move then into second grade. If you're in high school, you will move on that level. So this is the separation that people with similar consciousness level will be together, will find a similar area to play out their lives, to learn from each other and go forward from there. Jupiter is also in Taurus, but retrograde. So we can say Jupiter is the planet that helps to expand things. You know, it's like the planet that moves beyond boundaries. So when Jupiter is retrograde in Taurus, we can say with Mercury, humanity, the opposition here in Scorpio. So through our transformation, through the kind of death we have gone in all these years of many disappointments, very difficult times, they are seeds now. So now we can say the seeds inside of the ground, these are ideas, these are creative things within us that are ready to afterwards sprout. They are now expanding. We can say they are sprouting now, but still invisible underneath the ground. We don't see them yet. So they start to make roots, to take roots that afterwards they can come up and come into visibility, into manifestation of something new. And what we have for the world horoscope, what is really very powerful and significant, is that we have a retrograde Chiron on the MC. Remember, the MC is the goal, what we want to reach in this life, in this lifetime, or whatever in this horoscope. When we are moving from here, from Cancer, we can see that we are more or less in an emotional turmoil. And that's what the world is in the moment. And then we take roots, and here is in Virgo, and the roots, they come from experience. We don't root anymore into anything that it's just arbitrary. But people are waking up and starting to want to create something from the experience they have. In a way, we can say we are not innocent children anymore, but we are grown-ups with a lot of experience that we can use to rebuild a society, to rebuild something. And then here is the encounter with the outside world. Capricorn is here. And also here we have in the sixth house, we have Pluto, that is still all connected with this transformation that we are going through. And it's like outside it's winter. In the moment is everything is on a standstill. Nobody really knows exactly in what direction we are moving, but this is okay. This is now that standstill. And I also just receive a message to relax, to heal, to get ready for the new that is coming later. And then we have here the MC. This is what we will reach with the retrograde Chiron in Pisces. Now, Chiron is the healer. And I have said that before, and I just want to give a glimpse for those who are new here. Chiron in the Greek mythology is the centaur with the horse lower body and the human upper body, which is a representative of a human. The human upper body represents the divine, and the lower body of a horse represents the material human being. And because he was the son of a god, that means have God, have human. In a way, that's what we all are. We have the divine within it, in us, which is life itself, to be able to live in a physical body, which represent here the body of the horse. Retrograde in Pisces. So Pisces is the end of something. Aries will be the beginning. We are not completely there yet. But it is that part of healing, that part that we all have to take a step back and look, like have a balance sheet. You know, it's kind of coming up at the end of the year too in many businesses that they prepare the balance sheets, you know. And in a way, it's for us too, that we have to look at what we have achieved and look back, what does feel good and what does not feel good. What is right for me might not be right for my neighbor, and that's fine, because each person has his or her own consciousness level, and from there we move forward. And this is that balance that you can see here with the sun, and this is very significant here, exactly here with the sun that is moving in through Libra with this opposition with Moon and Uranus, this full moon constellation that moves into Taurus. That is also the first couple degrees of Taurus. It's always the beginning. You don't really see it yet. It is like slowly. It's like when you put the plant into the ground and it starts to, you see that little green thing coming up, and then it grows further. And here we can see that this is that time of planting, and that the energy is completely shifting now. And also here with Mars in 12th house in Cancer, that this, we can say, emotional turmoil that is happening in the world is connected with this rebirth. So what is rebirth? Rebirth generally means that a lot of things we have learned, we have to let go. And that's exactly the point. Everything what we have learned, everything what was, even look back into school, it was not really a process of awakening the human being to a life as an adult. It was a brainwash to tell him and her how to behave, what the role is she or he should play, and so on and so on. And the whole education is made to make you an employee, not to make you stand tall for yourself. It's more or less to stay dependent on the forces above you, but it's not an equal game like this, you know. It is like, here is a group of people who control us, and we are here, we are the puppets, and they employ us, they have the money, and they give us as much as they think we should have or we should not have. So when this is all now out of orders, out in chaos, falling apart like the card house, that is very important to look at. And this is that chaos period that we are going through in the process of balancing. And well, here we have Mercury, the opposition with the retrograde Jupiter, and here we have this still in Scorpio, or what would be Ophiuchus. But let's see, that is not the dying part anymore. This is the letting go part anymore, to move forward into our own power. And then once Mercury is coming into Sagittarius, when this is happening, this is the time when we move beyond all those boundaries to kind of claim back our lives. It is time to take back your life. It is time to take back your power. And it is time that not that 1% rules the 99%. It's that the 99% take their own power, and the rulership becomes balanced, that every person, every individual learns how to stand up and rule his and her own life, his and her own family. Even in a bigger group, that we have people, and each person has his or her absolutely special skills. That's why you're here. You're not here by coincidence. You have chosen to be here in this time. And even if it's not so easy, it is not, absolutely not. But we have been here for that big finale, to go into this crash of the old, to really literally, they're like phoenix rising from the ashes. Well, this is about the message of this chart. I think it's very beautiful. And I want to give you a lot of courage and hope. And please just follow your heart. Don't listen to what other people want you to be or want you to do. Listen to your own heart. And be very careful today what you buy. I just have received another message that even in Pepsi Cola, there is some gel, hydrogel stuff inside. Don't buy all that ready-made food. Whenever you have a chance, go to a farmer market and do things by yourself. It's not very big. I know it's changing and not just having a quick fix meal and put it in an oven or a microwave. By the way, throw away your microwaves, they're deadly. And do it yourself. You know, when you do something yourself, the whole energy is completely different. And a meal is much more satisfying. And in addition, you eat less because it has not this whole addiction stuff inside that you need to eat more and more and more that make you fat, especially the carbs make you fat, not the fat. The fat, this is also something we need fat for our brain, good fat, not margarine. So start to get some education now in natural food. And there are many, many sites and many doctors and nutritionists who now actually already sometime have started to teach about all of this. Okay, please give me a thumbs up if you like the reading, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye for now.